Hello everyone, and welcome to more Week 3 action. We're here in picturesque Albuquerque, New Mexico, a stone's throw away from the Rio Grande River, in Jornada del Muerto Stadium, where the 0-2 Albuquerque Adams are taking on the undefeated 2-0 Chicago Warriors. I am the enigmatic Benvenu, and my co-host, the stalwart Alex West. Alex, what do you think we have in store today for this game?
Well, we have a determined and stacked Chicago team that is looking to maintain a 9-0 minor league streak. They have not lost any games last season. They are the reigning champions, and they are looking to repeat in the exact same fashion. But part of that does mean that you're going into enemy territory. Meanwhile, Albuquerque is looking to do anything they can to stop the skid. They are 0-2. They are looking for a win. And in front of the home crowd, I expect them to do anything that they can and everything that they can to secure victory.
Absolutely. Pull out all the stops. It looks like Albuquerque won the toss and are going to receive the kick. Are you ready for some football? The kick's away. Fielded at about the 19. Taken upfield by number 38. And tackled down at the 36. Albuquerque will be starting their first drive. Let's introduce their stars. Quarterback, number 17, Rokon Dots. Craig Reynolds at halfback. Norman Gusgus joins the team this week in the backfield. More in a bit after the play. And the handoff. Faked. Has all kinds of time. Throws deep downfield. Got a man, but broken up by number 29. On the defense, Jubilee Marsh for the Warriors. Back to the stars on the Adams offense. We have wide receivers Dalton Barker, Clarence Lee, Bobby Tarantino. Tight end is Dot Williams, Tyler Gregory. The guard, Mango Moody. I formation for the Adams. Dot's back to pass. Over the middle. It's caught by number 88, Clarence Lee, for a first down.
And honestly, something to just highlight here with Roquan Dots is that he is a veteran of the SFLm. He is a returning player who is well seasoned, and he is more than happy to show composure and take multiple shots down the field. He has a very short memory, which is what you want in a quarterback.
First set of downs for the Adams. Split backfield. And there's a pitch up to number 83, the tight end, Tyler Gregory, for a minimal gain of 2. Let's introduce you to the Warriors defense. New arrival defensive end, Peter Merck. Defensive tackles, May Carter and Frank Doom. Inside linebackers, Pablo Sanchez and Dallas Knowles. Outside linebacker, William Patterson. And more after the play. Split backfield again for the Adams. Dropping back to pass. Short pitch out to the right side. Trying to get the number 88. That'll be Clarence Lee. 3rd and 1. Picking back up on the defense, we have cornerbacks Devontae Moore, Ness Genkel. Free safeties Tyler Highfield, Jubilee Marsh, and new arrival strong safety Monte Dubois Smith. Man in motion at the top of the screen.
Lots of hands on the ground.
Looking like a power formation to me. And there they go, hand off. A little bit of daylight, just enough. Number 87 picks up the first down. That's Dalton Barker, the wide receiver.
So that's a little creativity there. Look at them. Albuquerque's playing wide receivers at halfback. They're playing tight ends at fullback. They're getting creative with their formations here.
Absolutely, pulling out all the stops. They got to get off the schneid. You don't want to start the season 0-3. There's another pitch out to number 83, Tyler Gregory, rolling down for nearly a first down. 2nd and 1 now.
6'7", 258 pounds, was coming off the edge there. That's a big guy.
Absolutely. I would be scared to death seeing that coming at me. Number 87 takes a handoff off left side, picks up looks like 6 or 7 yards. Number 87, Dalton Barker, 6'2", 198.
Barker saying, fine, if you're going to throw to Clarence Lee all day, I'll get involved by just getting some handoffs here. Running with some vengeance.
Split backfield, rolling out, looking, he's got some time, fires downfield, and it's broken up. Number 29 again, Jubilee Marsh, making an impact early at 6'4", 206. He's got the height and the leaping ability to break up passes just like that.
And Jubilee's one of the returning developmental players, played for Pittsburgh last season, contributed meaningfully there. Coming here out, playing for Chicago after some time in Minnesota, veteran contributor.
Man in motion in the slot, going across the formation, top of the screen to the bottom. Dots back to pass. He's got time. Scrambles, buys some more time. Gets rid of it. Downfield into the end zone. Broken up. That's a diving play by number 32, the new arrival, Amonte Dubois-Smith.
And talk about leaving an impact on the game. That's a touchdown-saving deflection on the first drive. Welcome to the SFLm, Amonte. That's some heads-up defense right there. And now Albuquerque's looking at 3rd and 10. They're right on the doorstep of the red zone, so you think they might be able to make it a field goal here if they are stymied, but just get some yards and you can get some points.
Got to come away with points on this drive for sure. Make an opening statement. Back to pass again is Roquan Dots. Buying more time. Scans the field, fires downfield into the end zone again, and there's a flag on the play. Laundry on the field. Let's get the call from the officials. Looks like pass interference. And that's number 23, Ness Ginkel with the penalty. Tough call.
Definitely a tough call. That one looks like it's kind of a bang-bang play, but I am fine with that one in the end because it looks like the ball was almost there, but you can't initiate contact before the ball arrives. It has to be when the ball arrives.
That's a great point, Alex. So they're going to try it, 1st and goal. New set of downs. Looking to pass again. He's going to sneak up the middle. Slides down. Did he get in? I think they're going to mark it just short of a touchdown.
And I don't mind you sliding on whenever it makes sense. You got to preserve yourself, but come on.
Just Roquan Dots.
Lean into it.
6'8", 240. Lower that shoulder, man. We're going to try again. Looks like a jumbo package. A pitch out to the wide receiver, number 87 again. Dalton Barker in for a touchdown for the Albuquerque Adams, and they take a 6-point lead. What a way to make a statement.
Absolutely. And I've got to say, one thing I was impressed by on Albuquerque's drive here is that they were facing a Warriors defense that was using a lot of nickel and dime, not stacking the box a lot, but they were still able to move the ball effectively through the air, as is their signature.
And it's another thing to point out is that this Chicago defense is one of the stingiest as far as points allowed. They allow the least points in the league through 2 games. So to get an opening drive touchdown, that's really got to feel good and get the positivity going for the Albuquerque Adams.
Exactly what you want if you want to score the big upset at home. And it's absolutely what the Adams came here to do. Well, let's see if the defense can contribute the same.
Receiving the ball at about the 8-yard line. Brings it upfield. That's a good return here. Out to about the 30 or 31. It's number 80, Trent Riviera. So good fielding, starting field position for the Warriors. Let's see if they can answer back on offense, and they have a good one.
They sure do, and that all starts with number 5. All eyes on Amen Kopech.
Absolutely. We'll introduce you to the stars after the play. They come back in single back formation. And there's a handoff. Nope, fake. Play action fake down the field. And, oh! I thought he had the catch, but it's batted loose. He was targeting number 80, Trent Riviera, the same man who returned the kick.
And that was such a great defensive play. They sandwiched him, but honestly, that play fake was so good, a linebacker was completely fooled.
As was I. As was I. The stars for the Warriors, you mentioned it before, quarterback Iman Kopech. In the backfield, Kirk Wynn and new arrival Elegant Snowbird. Fires deep downfield, right in the helmet of a defender, it looked like. Number 20, that is Sullivan Tyson at 6'2", 230.
You got to be thinking, and he's thinking to himself, man, right there, off my helmet. He wants that one back.
Wide receivers, Nick Twice, Trent Riviera, tight end Abad Ruiz II, and at guard, Zena West. All wide receivers on the field. Dropping back is Kopech. He's got time. He's going to scramble up the middle. He's got some room, and he slides down just short of the first down. 4th and 2.
And it's a real pity to have the drive end like that whenever you're short of the first down marker. But big stand by Albuquerque.
Absolutely. They made an impact statement on offense and defense. The punt's away. Fielded at about the 29. He's going to try to return and met immediately and tackle down. No return on that. And that is the man that's been all over the place, Trent Rivera, pardon me. So the Adams making a 7-0 impact at the start of the game with just over 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Dropping back to pass is Dots. He's got all kinds of time. Downfield, and that's caught. Hauled in for a big gain on first down. Number 87. Dalton Barker, again.
And I've just got to say, there looked like to be 6 hands on the ground there for Albuquerque. 2 wide receivers, 2 backs in the backfield. That indicates a run. That doesn't indicate that you got a wide receiver coming to split the safeties.
We got a split backfield for the Adams. 3 wideouts. Roll out. Feels a little bit of pressure, and that is a one-handed catch by who else but Dalton Barker. And you know what I think? I think that's the nice hands catch of the game right there. That's the nice hands catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K23. Nice catch.
And that's a great identification by you, Ben. Congratulations on your first Retroid call.
Broke the cherry. Split backfield for the Adams. Dots back to pass again. And that offensive line giving him deep downfield, just missed his man, overthrew him. Targeting the receiver deep downfield, number 88, Clarence Lee.
Just too much mustard on that one. If you just deliver that ball on a reasonable speed and at the right location, that could have been a touchdown. He was past the cornerback, and the safety was off to the side.
The Warriors did manage to bring a little bit of pressure, and maybe that affected the throw a bit.
Too true.
Dots with a handoff up the middle. That's number 89, Bobby Tarantino, who is a former player for the Chicago Warriors, and he's not the only one. Tyler Gregory also joins the mix.
Yeah, if you look at Albuquerque, they do have 2 offensive players that are previously of this Warriors squadron.
All wide receivers on the field, streaking downfield. Dots has time, rolls out, buys a little more. Here comes the pressure, and he's going down. Sacked for a loss. Number 49 on the defense, William Patterson, the outside linebacker at 6'3", 225.
Pressure coming from every direction, and there's only so much time that Dots can buy with his feet. At a certain point, you have to just get the ball out of there. You can't take a sack like this, and it's ultimately a drive killer. Not that you would have done much else because it's still third down, but now you're giving him better field position.
So and the punted away is number 9 for the Adams, and back to receive. He's going to let it go. Good decision to wait for the fair catch. It does go out of bounds and pins the Warriors offense deep in their own territory at about the 6-yard line, it looks like.
Not going to lie, I'm thoroughly impressed by that punt. That's we don't normally see coffin corner kicks like that in the SFLm.
And no surprise here, it looks like the Warriors are going to play it safe with an I formation. And in motion from the top of your screen to the bottom. Let's see if they go handoff here. No, he's going to drop back to pass. He's in the end zone. He's got to get rid of it. Fumble! And diving on the ball, it looks like the Warriors may have recovered it. Are they going to rule that a fumble or an incomplete pass?
That looks like a fumble to me.
Absolutely. Lucky to have recovered it and not in their own end zone.
Very lucky to have recovered it. This is now just one of the dangers you see of being this deep in your own territory.
Another handoff up the middle. There's plenty of room. That's number 23, the new arrival. Nope, sorry. Got the number wrong. Number 22, that's Kirk Wynn of the Warriors. 6'2", 230.
Got a little bit of pep in his step, too. He hit that hole with some speed.
That's all right. Hit the hole with authority. 5 wideouts. Kopech to drop back. Fires over the middle, and that's batted away. I believe it was number 53, and it was.
Practically straight at him, and that... You got to be thinking, you're fortunate not to throw an interception there. It's still fourth down, so you're still punting it away. But, arm punt is not what you want to be doing this close to your own end zone.
If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career or just to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved.
Clarence Lee going nowhere on that punt return. And can I just have a personal rant? I feel like I say this every week, and this is just going to be my thing forevermore. Don't return punts when the gunner is right in your face. You're going to get hurt. You're going to put the ball on the ground. Don't do it.
It seems like I see it every week. I've been watching these games. Dots back to pass. He's got a man, and that's hauled in by number 88. Clarence Lee. He's got his favorites, got a hot hand. You go to it.
I mean, he just took that punt return stinger like it was nothing, but this is just a beautiful instance of a route exploiting gaps in the zone coverage. He was running in space the whole time. There were no corners that were blocking his route running. He didn't get touched until he had the ball in his hands.
Man in motion from the top to the bottom of the screen. Split back formation. Let's see what they have in store. Dots back to pass. Has time. Fires downfield. Got a man wide open. Touchdown! Albuquerque Adams go up 2 scores to number 89, Bobby Tarantino, the former Warrior.
And just as we were talking about busted coverages and finding gaps to exploit, a big route going deep for Tarantino springs him loose. Look at how there's no one in front of him. There's no one to the side of him. Just a white jersey in his rear view. And Dots throws that one on target to get the touchdown that he was owed from earlier.
Just like his namesake, he threw a dot down the field and deep downfield in the end zone. Impressive. And with the PAT, they extend the lead 14-0 near the end of the first quarter. You know, the fans, I've been keeping track of things around the SFL, and in the Who You Got poll, overwhelming majority, 50 people, voted for the Albuquerque Adams to pull the upset, where only 35 thought the Warriors would win today. Fielded at the 5 and taken up the field for a nice return, down at about the 30-yard line, is number 10, Nick Twice. And I'm going to introduce the Adams defense because they've been all off the field so quickly. At defensive end, it's Seth Harrison. Inside linebackers, Lucas Gilbert and Seth Berlin. Outside linebacker to keep an eye on, Sonny Sky, all over the field. Cornerbacks, Dustin Sakose, Sidney Galloway, Maxwell Quimby. Free safety, Sullivan Tyson, and strong safety, Dylan Bamseler. And that's a short yardage play on first down. Or no gain. Tackle made by 53.
That's just an instance of where Albuquerque could just sense that the run was coming and just they brought all those bodies into the box and just plugged up all the running lanes.
And with a split backfield, Kopech rolls out, has some pressure in his face, and that, you have to think, influenced that throw quite a bit. Number 99, Big Frank Doom, providing the pressure.
Impossible to miss just a body that huge, 6'7", 350 pounds. You feel the earthquake when he's coming for you.
And I do believe I have to beg your pardon. That was Seth Harrison for the Adams defense. Dropping back to pass is Kopech. Has time. Deep down over the middle of the field and in and out of the hands. Going for number 88.
What a huge defensive stand for Chicago. For Albuquerque, they are denying Chicago's offense any chances to really move the ball down the field. And Albuquerque's offense is getting incredible field position as a result of their defense's heroics here.
Well, I had a chance to speak to the owner of the Adams, Josh Williams, and he said that the adjustments he wants to make is he wants to keep the ball in front of them so that Amon Kopech can't go downfield, and he thought that their run defense was solid as is, so far their game plan seems to be working out fantastic.
For sure, and his reads seem to be pretty much right on the money here. And the impressive thing is just how well the offense is also performing here. It's just coming out hot. Dare I say nuclear.
Radioactive. A pitch out to the left side. That's number 83, Tyler Gregory, getting the ball in the hands of the tight end.
And conventional wisdom tells you that that's a risky call to make because there's a higher chance that if he hasn't done just as many ball carrying drills that you're going to put the ball on the ground more, but they're happy to accept that risk and their running game is prospering overall.
Absolutely. And he rolls out, buys some time downfield, and there's a flag on the play again. I think it's going to be a pass interference. And there we have it. Looked like a lot of traffic there where the ball was headed. It's against number 29, Jubilee Marsh.
I'm very interested in this. This is, I'm not used to seeing this many flags on that particular call, not from these referees. So I'm interested in who this crew is. They're doing a very, I would say they're doing an equitable job of making sure they always call it. But I'm intrigued that you don't normally see them calling this aggressively.
I think the players will tell you that they just want consistency. If you're going to make a call, you got to make it all the time. If you're not going to make a call, then don't make it all the time. There's a pitch out to a wide receiver, number 83, tight end, Tyler Gregory.
Once again, going to the proverbial fullback of the formation in these split backs instances, they're happy to keep the defense guessing on which way they want the ball to go.
You have to think how many times they're using that. They must have practiced that a lot this week to get it to run so smoothly in a game. There's a handoff up the middle, lowering his shoulder, driving the legs forward, number 89, Bobby Tarantino, sticking it to his former team.
And what a run that was. He just even after contact was started, he just kept those legs churning. No quit in him, and he's rewarded with a first down.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter, where the Albuquerque Adams are up 14-0 on the Chicago Warriors. Do you have any impressions on how this first quarter has been going?
Well, it's clearly favoring the home team. The crowd is behind their squad, and the unit, both units are energized. Clearly, there's no doubt that they are coming for the kill.
You got to like the energy that the Adams are bringing onto the field. They're not giving up, and there's a pitch out to Tyler Gregory again.
And keep your eyes on Mr. Gregory. They've been asking him to make quite a few carries here, and I would not be surprised if someone like Pablo Sanchez or Dallas Knowles, or maybe even Will Patterson, got that one-on-one matchup and delivered a big hit.
You'd have to think with the height of Gregory, he might be prone to a hit for a fumble, and there's a handoff up the middle. Tackle made by Dallas Knowles.
And she's been a real contributor towards this Chicago defense's 2-0 performance. They've been pitching some incredible games or some incredible defensive performances, and she's been at the heart of both of them so far.
Dots back to pass, buying some time with his legs, deep downfield, and hauled in between two defenders. Catch made by Clarence Lee, and that is a fantastic reception.
How do you manage that one? Well, I'll tell you how. First of all, there's some flags that have been thrown to make sure that the ball arrives before any tackles are made. And in this instance, it allows Roquan Dots to throw an absolutely beautiful ball into the space of a thermos. And you got to think that maybe if a safety turns his head around a little earlier, that maybe he has a chance to make a play on that ball. But instead, it's 1st and goal.
Inside the red zone once again, threatening to go up by 3 scores. Dots back to pass again. A little looping pass over the middle, hauled in by number 80.
And what a throw that is by Dots again, who throws it. Maybe you could argue he could throw that one a little bit higher to make it easier for his guy to catch, but yet still a back shoulder, backside throw, and it still goes for positive yards.
First down to short yard, or second down, short yardage, a handoff up the middle. 89 squeaks his way through. Is he in? He's in! Touchdown, Albuquerque Adams. Number 89, Bobby Tarantino, getting it done on the ground as opposed to through the air like usual.
They're telling me that Albuquerque has some running backs, but I don't believe it. I haven't seen them yet. I've seen some wide receivers. I've seen some tight ends. They're getting real creative with their formation substitutions and relying on some unusual contributions, but the offense seems juiced.
Well, they have a great running back in Craig Reynolds, who we have not seen carry the ball today, and I'm surprised because, as I said, both these teams on offenses have players all along the top 5 and leaders in just about every category you can imagine. The PAT is up and good, 21-0 at the start of the second quarter.
And something to just note is that the Adams defense has been giving up the 2nd most points in the league and is going up against one of the more potent offenses in Chicago. And so far, they are pitching a shutout. Lots of pressure. And when I say lots of pressure, I mean all the pressure, because you think that if you're go down 4 scores, it starts getting completely out of hand.
Nice spin move to pick up more yards. And ultimately tackled down at the 32 is number 80, Trent Rivera.
And he is just determined to get any instance of daylight he can find, any chance he has to make a move to get his team some yards. He's going to go for it. He's got that aggressiveness to him.
Well, we've seen him make plays on all sides of the ball in the return game, the receiving game. He even made a tackle. Kopech with a single back. 3 wide receivers, man in motion from the top of the screen. Let's see what the Warriors do to answer back. And there's a pass and hauled in. Trying to catch the number there. Looks like 44.
Just a simple little crossing route there, and it was a tight. It was a instance where you got to get that ball tight to your chest because the hit's coming. Ooh, lots of hands on the ground. Big back activity coming.
Heavy formation. They're stacking the line on defense. Handoff up the middle, but goes nearly nowhere. Number 52 in on that tackle. Sunny Sky, a name I told you to watch out for. She is all over the field. You need a sack, she can do it. You need an interception, she can do it. You need a tackle, she can do it. She's up there in all of the defensive categories. 3rd down and 2 now. And that is bottled up in the backfield for a loss of 1. It's number
Deja vu.
Deja vu, number 52.
Just unblocked, coming off the weak side both times, screaming. Sunny Sky just puts a stop to this drive on her own.
I spoke something into existence. There's the punt. A booming punt downfield. Fielded at the 30. He's going to try to make something out of nothing here. And maybe gets about 3 yards on that return. Number 88 is Clarence Lee.
And now Albuquerque has a choice to make. Do you continue to attack through the air and on the ground to try and extend your lead to 4 scores and you just say clock management be damned, or do you choose to run and start chewing?
Great point. I thought the key to this game would be controlling the time of possession. And I believe that's the first handoff of the game for Craig Reynolds, who picks up 4 on his first carry that comes near the middle of the second quarter.
And you got to think he's a little impatient to finally get his, and it's impressive how he gets skinny there to make that one go across the line.
So it appears that they may be going time of possession here. There is a pitch out. It's fumbled. And we thought that might happen. Recovered by the big man. Frank Doom returns it for a touchdown if this fumble stands.
Frank M.F. Doom! A big man touchdown. The most beautiful sight to see. And what was I saying about having your wide receivers and your tight ends doing the majority of your carrying? They don't get as many reps on securing the football, so they're more prone to instances like this.
So that is a touchdown for the Warriors, who have a high-scoring offense, and oddly enough, it is their defense that puts up points on the board for them first. Extra point is up. It is good. And maybe a slight change of momentum here for the Warriors. They needed that.
Desperately. And now that the seal is broken, let's see if the mysterious magic that Albuquerque had worked on Chicago's offense lets up. But first, their defense has to manage another stop. But after that, we'll see. Anything's possible.
And there's a good return on the kick by number 81.
Funny to
Looks
see
like Dot Williams.
Yeah, funny to see a tight end taking a kickoff. But, that's just kind of the kickers in the SFLm. Unless you've got a star that's actually doing those kicks can be kind of short.
It did confuse me. I was looking for a wide receiver number, not a tight end number on that return.
Especially into the wind, buddy.
There's another handoff. Is that the second one from Craig Reynolds for 3 off left side of the formation?
Let's see if they actually run the football again. I'll say that they're actually chewing clock, but that felt a little bit like a setup.
You got to try to keep them honest, at least, to keep them off the pass.
Ooh. Here we go again. Big cloud of dust coming.
Up the middle. Bouncing off some tackles, keeping the legs churning, spinning, picking up the first down. Number 87, Dalton Barker.
And what wide lanes he had to work with there, just bouncing off one body, bouncing off another one to get all the way there.
This offensive line being headed up by Mango Moody is doing a fantastic job for the Adams. Going with a split back formation now. 3 wide receivers on the field. And another handoff up the middle. Craig Reynolds gets skinny up the hole, picks up a 5.
And that one they just didn't see coming at all because of how often Albuquerque's used that split back formation to go outside on the run plays or to pass.
And you have to think maybe they're turning to Craig Reynolds after the fumble.
Definitely looks like it.
And there's a pitch out. Running left side for a loss of 1. Tackle made by number 29, Jubilee Marsh. Calling that name quite a lot today.
Yeah, it looks like they're rotating out the halfbacks fairly regularly on every other snap, putting in a wide receiver pretty frequently.
Trying to keep legs fresh.
Certainly.
Change up the looks, keep them off balance. It's been working. Dots back to pass. A little short swing out to the tight end, Tyler Gregory. And that's what we're most likely seeing, most familiar seeing. Tyler Gregory is the leading receiver for the Adams coming into this game.
And that looked to be just an incredible open field tackle by, I think that was Jubilee Marsh, who just absolutely blows that one up on
all
the
over
line
the field.
of scrimmage.
And a good play to stop the offense and get the Warriors the ball again. And tackled immediately. Here comes the gunner for Trent Rivera.
Laying the boom, and we'll see if he's out on the field after that one, or if he needs a snap off to get it to compose himself. That one looked like it stung.
Are you liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLm action and help the channel grow through your support. Kopech with off-balance I formation behind him, drops back to pass. Over the middle, almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of the defender, number 59 for the Adams.
Gilbert practically had that one in his chest. It looked like it played pinball all around his arms and just swirled out. Oh, you know he wants that one back.
It's going to be replaying in his head, I believe. He would have had a short field had he got the interception, possibly turn it into 4 points for the Adams. And in motion across the formation. Split formation in the backfield. Kopech rolls out. Scans the field, deep downfield. He's got his man, but in and out of the hands. Trying to catch the number. Number 40. That's Dylan Bamsler making the play to break up the pass. And I believe they were trying to go to Abad Ruiz on that. I couldn't quite catch the number.
Could have been. Ruiz is a great tight end. But this is a hard stopper. 3rd and 10. Deep in your own territory.
Got to make something happen. They're going 5 wide. Spread the field, and it's finally hauled in. A pass for a first down. They needed it. And who else but Trent Rivera?
On time and on target. That is what they needed. Doing the efforts of just, spreading out the receivers as wide as possible. And Albuquerque chooses to go with zone defense instead of man in this instance. And it does prevent anything over the top, but you did give up a first down.
And if the Warriors can come out and get another touchdown on the board before half, you got to think that's going to bring their spirits up and give them more momentum going forward. There's a big run up the middle for a gain of 3. That's the new arrival to the team. Oh, no, it's not. It's Kirk Wynn, number 22.
Kirk's just determined to get these gutsy runs between the tackles, but now we've got Snowbird in the backfield.
I got confused because they're both huge running backs. There's a sling pass out to the left side, and no doing, covered excellently by number 47 of the defense, Maxwell Quimby.
And what a hit. 6'3", 210 pounds. That's a big corner.
And I mentioned the running backs. There's 2 big ones for the Chicago Warriors. Kirk Wynn goes 6'2", 230. Snowbird goes 6'4", 240.
Big bodies. It probably hurts to tackle them.
Absolutely. Rolling out, buying some time, and he scans the field deep downfield. He's got a man. It's hauled in for a big gain near midfield. Number 80, Trent Rivera.
And that is just a beautiful exhibition of throwing it behind the linebackers, but below the safeties. Look at the coverage. Low, high, and he finds the right window. And all that Sullivan Tyson can do is make the open field tackle because the damage is done. You can't take big risks like that.
Kopech just threading the needle absolutely perfectly on that play. And here, pocket's collapsing, gets rid of it, and in and out of the hands. A defender was right there on the spot. Number 37, Sidney Galloway with the coverage, 6'3", 201.
You know, I said earlier in the game that I was impressed that the refs were doing a pretty good job calling those PIs. Kind of wondering where the flag was on that one.
Well, the Albuquerque Adams have a tall secondary, so it's going to be hard trying to get some passes in there, but Kopech's got his work cut out for him. Single back, and he's trying to get a pass off to looked like the halfback. Number 21 was in on the stop. That's Dustin Sakusi.
I'm not sure exactly how that one panned out or who the target was. That looked like maybe a little bit of an extra eligible lineman playing tight end for a second there.
I saw a big body, I didn't see a number, and I got confused. Empty backfield. Kopech with time. Here comes the pressure, gets rid of it, and it's complete for another first down. That is number 10, Nick Twice.
Finding his moments, and he's more often than not, it's these receivers that are in the slot that are going on these deeper routes that are looking to exploit the space in front of the safeties, but behind where the linebackers are trying to cover the underneath routes. And they're doing a great job of it so far. And that's your 2-minute warning.
Single back. Kopech under center. Had a rough start, but he's coming on right now in clutch. And there's a pitch out to the running back, and it goes nowhere. That's Wynn getting stopped by number 59, Lucas Gilbert.
And I've got to say, they're big backs, so I understand they're a little bit slow-footed, but you got to be running them between the tackles if that's their speed off the line.
Now they're going to try a page out of the Adams book and go split backfield, but they move the man out of the backfield. And a rollout pass. Deep downfield, in and out of the hands. Once again. Number 40 on defense, that's Dylan Bamsler.
You see why he's got his name when he delivers a hit like that to jar what would have been an easy first down and then some, and turn that into an incompletion, big third down here. Chicago really needs a touchdown to make this game more even.
On 3rd and 10, they're emptying the backfield with all wide receivers. See if they dial up a pressure on defense, and here it comes, but able to find a man over the middle for a first down. Number 10, Nick Twice.
And Imad is just having such success when he's looking to his number 1 and 2. They are having incredible luck or luck, skill, whatever you want to call it. These routes are taking them into soft spots in the zone, and they're just carving them up through the air.
They are, and there's a handoff up the middle for a good gain of 5 yards. Looks like a timeout.
Yep, Chicago calls a timeout. Look at that, though. 5 yards because you have Kirk Wynn, who is a big guy and a powerful runner, go up the middle instead of having him do a toss off the edge.
Parted the Red Sea of the defensive line. With a single back, behind Kopech under center. Tight end goes in motion across the formation. Inside the red zone. Can they cut into the lead of the Adams? Dropping back to pass. Here comes the pressure. He gets rid of it quick. In and out of the hands. Number 47, Maxwell Quimby on the coverage. He was trying to go to Rivera, and that's a great target to go to. He's made a lot of plays so far today.
And honestly, that is such an incredible and veteran savvy move there from Quimby, who waits until the ball is arriving and has such patience and then delivers a hit with ruthlessness.
So 3rd and 5, they can pick up a first down before scoring a touchdown. They got 4 receivers to the right side. Where is he going to go with the football? He's got some time. And intercepted in the end zone by number 21, Dustin Sikose.
The worst case scenario for Chicago becomes a reality thanks to one of the new joiners for Albuquerque. It's his first season is Dustin, but he's had such an incredible play there to snuff what looked to be surefire points for Chicago.
What a dagger in the heart that's got to be to the Warriors. You're that close to putting more points on the board and maybe cutting into the lead, and then a turnover happens. Deflating.
Absolutely, but let's see if this defense can just bring some intensity.
A turnover would help here. That's how they scored their first points. And there's a handoff up the middle. 1-yard gain. Tackled by number 45. That's Pablo Sanchez. I believe that's the first time we've called his name today.
Looks like Chicago's happy to just go ahead and they only have 2 timeouts. They know it. Albuquerque is just going to be able to run the clock out and just take this one to the half.
Yeah, I believe they'll be happy up 21-7 going into the half. And there's another handoff off right side. Plenty of room. Number 89 picking up. Looks like 8 yards. Bobby Tarantino.
And that was such an incredibly slick bit of running there that could have gone for more if the tight end playing fullback, Tyler Gregory, had blocked that safety. The corner was blocked on the edge by the wide receiver. That could have gone for 20.
There's a pitch out to a wide receiver, number 87, close to first down, and with the second effort, gets across the first down marker, and that's going to end the second quarter.
Well, that's your first half, folks. Albuquerque up 21-7. And they are giving the home crowd everything they paid for and then some. This is one thing where all you can really do is shake your head and wonder, where has it all gone wrong if you're a Warriors fan? Iman is not connecting with his targets almost at all. He's got 33% completion percentage on the day. Albuquerque's defense is running wild, and their offense is seemingly moving the ball at will. Roquan is moving the ball efficiently through the air and is finding his targets, and the running game, supplemented by wide receivers and tight ends, is also coming alive in a way that we haven't seen from the 0-2 Adams. Can they keep their momentum up here in the second half? Will Chicago make the adjustments needed to have a comeback? Only one way to find out, folks. Welcoming you back for their second half of SFLm action.
And it's going to be the Warriors starting with the football first in the second half. And they're going to have to make something happen on offense. They can't rely on their defense to shut down the Adams' potent offense attack and score points at the same time. Fielded at about the 3. Out across the 20 to the 25. A spin move, jukes out a defender, and tackled down at the 32. That is Trent Rivera.
All right, it's been a half. The coaches have had a chance to talk to the boys and girls, have some words with the offense, say, hey, we need to move the ball. We had some bright flashes on that last drive, just ended with an interception. We want everything except that on this opening drive, and we want to end with some points.
Kopech's going to come with split backs.
Look at all those green jerseys with hands on the ground.
They're up in the box. They're anticipating a run here, or they're bringing the house on pressure.
8 in the box.
And here comes the pressure. It's picked up nicely by the offensive line, but still can't block them all. Sacked for a loss of 5. Iman Kopech goes down, and that's who else? Dylan Bamsler making a huge impact.
And this is one of those where it's a 6-on-6. You've got 6 blockers, you've got 6 blitzers, 8 bodies in the box, and you've got the 2 that are there for coverage playing press to buy time. Only so much time available for Kopech, who does not get the ball out.
We got a man in motion across the formation. It's going to be an empty backfield with all receivers. Kopech back to pass, has time. Fires deep downfield, wide open! Big man rumbling downfield, lowers his shoulder, rolls over the defender to pick up a couple more yards. That's number 87, Abad Ruiz, with a huge play for the Warriors.
And we've been waiting to call his name all day, and here he is slicing up zone defense with a nifty little post route that takes him over the middle, oceans of space, and he is more than happy to take that one across midfield.
After that big play, the momentum building up perhaps for the Warriors past the 50-yard line in Adams territory. There's a pitch out, off right side, left side, picks up a few, 5 yards. It's number 44, McCrary.
And I'm noticing something with this Albuquerque defense on this opening drive. They're bringing a lot of pressure. They're sending 5+ on almost every play. Let's see if this trend continues.
2nd and 5. A rollout right into the heart of the defense. Number 52 again. Sunny Sky with the sack.
And what an incredible dialed-up blitz and play call by the defensive coordinator, who has the line shifting and blitzing to the left so that the left tackle has got to pick up the defensive end, leaving Sunny Sky screaming unblocked for the 3rd time, and this time it's a sack instead of a TFL.
They're going empty backfield. Kopech drops back. Can they protect him? He's got time. Steps back. Goes back. Fires under pressure. Incomplete pass.
Only so much time they can buy him, and what was looking to be a promising drive is snuffed out by the Albuquerque Adams defense, who reasserts themselves just in time to keep Chicago out of field goal range.
For you that just joining us, this 3rd quarter is getting underway. I'm Ben Vanu, along with my co-host Alex West, and this game is being brought to you by our fabulous producer Cameron Irvin. Fielded dangerously at the 23, almost a fumble. That's got to scare the special teams coach.
My heart just jumped up into my throat there, because a fair catch wouldn't matter. You bobble a ball like that, and I'm surprised he didn't get absolutely lit up, to be completely honest with you. The Gunners were there. If you hit him whenever he bobbles a ball like that, the next man up can scoop that.
And it could have been more points on the board.
Could have been another Chicago miracle.
They're gonna need plays like that. They're gonna have to get the ball back for their offense. Dots way downfield, hauled in, streaking downfield, dragging a man with him to the turf. Number 80 with the reception. Big catch. Another big play from Roquan Dots.
And he can find just anybody on the team at this point. He's chucking it here, he's chucking it there. He's happy to find the tight end. He's happy to find the wide receivers. He's just happy to see anyone in space, and he'll slip you the football right now. And Chicago is struggling to answer.
If you're open, Dots is going to hit you. That's what he's going with. Split backfield behind Dots under center. And he hands it off up the middle. There's a little bit of room, but not much. 2-yard on the gain for another wide receiver handoff. It looked like Bobby Tarantino on the carry. This Warriors defense is going to have to clamp down and find an answer. A turnover, a fumble, an interception, something. Running back goes in motion out of the backfield. And there's a pitch out to the left side. Fumble on the ground. And who's got it? Looks like 24 with the big hit. Tyler Highfield.
Big question on who scooped that one up. There's some white jerseys in the area, but so was 87. Who falls on it first? It looks like a white jersey has it. That's Chicago ball.
Wonder if they're going to try to review it. Doesn't look like it. Clean fumble, clear recovery.
And we were saying they needed a turnover. It's time for the offense to generate some points off it.
I said it, it happened. Am I Nostradamus and I don't know it?
Well, give us a prediction. Do we get points?
They're going to need some. Back to pass. Oh, in and out of the hands again. We've been seeing that a lot. Number 44 just couldn't haul it in, and you got to have those catches right now.
And even so, those are tough catches to make because, you talk about hearing footsteps. That's why you talk about it, because there are footsteps and there's someone making those footsteps and he's looking to make some hurt.
Split backfield. Kopech under center. Facing a four-man front, rolling out to his right. Has time over the middle, and there's a big hand up in the air. Trying to see who got the hand up there. 59, Lucas Gilbert. Making a lot of plays today for this Adams defense.
Doing work in pass protection, doing work in run stoppage. This linebacker core for Albuquerque is multi-talented.
It is impressive. A shift along the defensive line as a man goes in motion from the bottom of your screen to the top. Single back formation. 3rd and 10. They need it. Where's Kopech going to go? Drops back, buys more time. More time. Deep downfield. Has a man. Caught it. First down. A big play by Nick Twice.
And you just wonder how. How does that happen? Well, for step one, the offensive line buys Iman Kopech all the time in the world. Enough time to brew a cup of tea and still deliver a strike that's in between. It looks like 2 white jerseys and 2 green jerseys. Funny how, you got to think which wide receiver could have caught it.
I had absolutely no idea he came up with that pass because he was that blanketed. There's a handoff up the middle, breaking free, squeaking through the line, gaining as much as he can, 6 yards. Number 46, the new arrival, Elegant Snowbird, the 6'4", 240-pound running back.
And he looks every inch.
It reminds me of the Kansas City Chiefs. Big backfield of Barry Ward and Christian Okoye. And they got a heavy package in on this one. They're going to try to run the ball again. Looks like it. Up the middle, cuts it back. Good vision there. Nice read. 3rd and 1. That's the other big running back, Kirk Wynn. 1-2 sledgehammer attack.
All right, 3rd and 1. Let's see some hands on the ground. It's time for 1 yard in a cloud of dust.
You're a big fan of the power run.
I love it in short yardage.
And they're going to go for it, and the big man gets it. Lowers his shoulder, runs into a defender. Snowbird making an impact in his debut game.
And those are some critical first downs that Chicago was struggling to get in the first half. And here they are knocking on the door. They're in the red zone. Can they score?
Kopech back to pass, has all kinds of time. Unleashes a throw to open man downfield at the 5-yard line. Number 80, Rivera. Trent Rivera again.
And here we are again, my friend. 1st and goal. Inside the 5 because of an incredible play dial-up. And Kopech with the patience there to wait for it to develop, see the breaking out route, has no one anywhere near him, and just delivers an easy pitch catch.
Stacking the box is the defense for the Adams, and Kopech's going to roll out to his right. Man in the open, picked off again, it's deja vu. He's got open field ahead of him, 1 man to beat Amon Kopech. Number 37, he's downfield to the 40. Can Kopech catch him?
Sidney Galloway! Pick 6! House call! 3 scores up again. It's Albuquerque.
Amazing play. We were just talking about, I was going to mention it. the way the last drive ended, that they were at the end zone. You don't want deja vu to happen, and it did.
You can call it being Nostradamus, you can call it the commentator's curse, call it whatever you like, but it's just as simple as Sydney seeing the breaking out route from the tight end, reading it, jumping it, and Kopech just did not see them there. And I wonder how. You know, you're 6'4", you can't say that he doesn't see over the line. And, you know, it's not like Sydney's small either, 6'3". Those are not small targets, and Sydney's height is more than enough to snag that one, and the speed is unbelievable.
And on for the extra point. It's up and underway. It is good. 28-7 in what looks to be a stunner so far here in Albuquerque. Midway through the third quarter.
And this isn't even the first SFL game today where we are seeing a defensive takeover. The Lexington game earlier, where they were matching up against Nashville, Nashville's defense was snagging what felt like every other drive an interception.
Short kickoff is fielded and returned up to the 35-yard line. The 2024 SFL convention is headed to South Shore Harbor Resort in League City, Texas, just south of Houston, July 12th through the 14th, featuring live games, flag football, a golf tournament, tailgate, pool party, and more. For all the convention details, visit simulationfl.net/news/convention to reserve your room, see the event schedule, and more.
Can't wait to see you there, folks.
And what a deflating feeling it had to be to get that close to the end zone and turn the ball over once again. Kopech has to erase it from his memory and keep the game going. Number 44, big man, gets a toss downfield, picks up a first down and more. Looks like about a gain of 19 on that.
And the defense just gambled on where that ball was going, and they gambled wrong. It's as simple as they thought that was probably going to be something coming up the middle. The toss to the outside, and the halfback hit the edge with enough speed, and the blocks on the edge held just long enough for him to get a huge first down run. But you got to do more than just get one good run. You got to do that in the red zone too.
Kopech back to pass. He's got some time. Throws deep downfield over the middle. Oh, had his man, and in and out of the hands of Nick Twice. Would have been a tough catch.
And it's not even the first time that Nick Twice has made that catch. We've seen him make that catch multiple other times tonight, but sometimes the hit is just a little bit too big and the angle is just a little bit too tough for you to hang on to the ball.
2nd and 10. Kirk Wynn in the backfield by himself. A little shift in the formation, and now the tight end's going to move across the formation to the right side. And there's a pitch to Wynn out of the backfield. Spins around, pick up maybe an extra yard. 3rd and 8. Number 40, Dylan Bamsler in on the stop.
And this feels like do or die time. I know it's the third quarter. I know it's not over until it's over, but you're down 3 scores. This is a critical 3rd down. You have got to convert this.
They need this, just like I said it before. They need to start getting points on the board if they're going to have a chance in this game. Kopech has all kinds of time. Fires deep over the middle, and a catch. Trent Rivera. Amazing coverage, and he makes the catch anyway.
And it doesn't matter that Quimby is on site and is there in the area. It's still a streaking. And if you don't make that tackle, if Quimby doesn't wrap him up, that's points for Chicago right there.
But that is a huge play that they needed to get inside the red zone of the Adams with I formation behind Kopech. Rolling out to his right. Here comes a blitz, but it gets the pass away to Trent Rivera, who's just short of a first down.
And what a unique spot that this first down is going to be in, because they are within the 10-yard line. The field is shorter now.
It's where you have to have short-term memory. Kopech has to come through here. And he hands it off. Nope, fake. Fooled me, and he's going to take off, but no room to run. Didn't get a good block there. And guess who? Dylan Bamsler brings down Kopech for a loss.
I feel it's like the only thing Dylan hasn't done today is get a pick of his own, but he has been doing everything else that the defense needs him to do, whether it's in pass protection, getting deflections, delivering bone-crunching hits to knock balls loose and prevent big first downs. Whatever you need, he's got you.
Warriors with a offset I formation. Back to pass is Kopech. Has time. Over the middle into the end zone and in and out of the hands. Defenders all over number 44.
Now, if this was the first drive of the half, where it was still 21-7 Albuquerque, I would have said, okay, field goal's not so bad here. But at this point, a field goal feels like bitter medicine. You needed a touchdown to get back within 2 scores. And now it's still a 3-possession ball game if this goes through.
And they're going to need a little bit of spoonful of sugar, but they do cut into the lead. 10-28 now, Albuquerque leading at the end of the third quarter. Near the end of the third quarter. And that one looked like it was going to squeak off to the right, but it hooked back in.
Looks like we've got a bit of a breeze going, and because it is open air, kickers doing what they can to adjust. Bobble the football on the return.
Finds a crease. That's 81 Corbett getting it out to the 36 after another scary reception of a kick here. The special teams are making things a little scary out here.
Making it a little spicy, but nothing too tough. Now I think what we're about to see is a lot of rushing.
I think it's time management time. The best defense right now is keeping the offense of Chicago off the field. Dots is rolling out. Has time. Over the middle. Oh, nearly picked off. There was a defender right there, number 32. That's the new arrival, Amonte Dubois-Smith.
He already had a big interception. Now he's making his presence felt, or was that a deflection?
Split backfield for the Adams. And they are not going with the run here. Pass over the middle, but he's got a man wide open, number 88, Clarence Lee. Or no, did he drop it? And he's shaken up on the play. The trainers are coming out on the field. He's down. Looks like he's in quite a bit of pain. You don't like to see this.
Not at all. And he's been such a big contributor for this offensive attack through the air so far. And occasionally even on the ground. So we'll see how they adjust.
It was encouraging to see him being able to get up and walk off the field under mainly his own power. So maybe he can return. Hope it's nothing serious. And it looks like they did pick up a first down on that play. Okay. Made a tough catch. There's a pitch out to 83 out of the backfield. They're going to the wide receiver and tight ends out of the backfield. Tyler Gregory with a pickup of 3.
And, we've mentioned Tarantino and Gregory multiple times. They've been having such an incredible game against their former team, the Warriors. You got to be thinking, if you're Albuquerque, that you're so glad to have these guys on your squad instead of against you this year.
You got to think that's extra motivation to perform today against your former team and try to prove that, hey, you shouldn't have let us go. There's a pitch to Craig Reynolds, who gets stopped in the backfield for a big loss. Going nowhere fast.
All right, big third down for the Chicago defense. You've got the Albuquerque Adams on their basically right at midfield. If you can make a stop here, you give at least decent field position to your own team.
Dots is going to drop back with wide receivers all over the field. That's hauled in for a first down catch. Number 81, Quebec.
And everything I said is null and void as that pass just slides right in and a first down is secured. Albuquerque's offense is continuing their absolutely torrid streak.
Have you ever wanted to be a play-by-play or analyst broadcaster? We are looking for passionate SFL participants or viewers like you to join the team for next minor league season kicking off next month. Please visit simulationfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved and get your voice on the call. There's a pitch out to number 83, Tyler Gregory, who powers his way, tries to get through the tackle, picks up a nice gain of 5 yards.
I don't think we'll get another play before the quarter ends.
I don't think you need to run a play here. And no, they are going to. Number 87, Dalton Barker gets the carry. Picks up a few, but it's moot at this point as the third quarter comes to an end. It'll be 3rd and 1 as we start the fourth quarter next.
And with that, that's Albuquerque up 28-10. We'll throw it over to Mr. Cameron Irvine for the league rights.
This presentation of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com.
Relatively easy first down for Barker there.
Tyler Gregory with the handoff up the middle for a gain of 4.
Nifty little draw play that looked like it's been fooling the defense quite a few times today, but you got to think that's just because of how effective the air attack has been. You can't afford to not bite on those fakes.
Yeah, they're keeping the defense of the Warriors honest. You have to respect the run. They have been using it a lot today. And there's another one. Handoff up the middle. Lowers his shoulder. Gets past the first down marker. Number 87. We've been calling his name a lot today. Dalton Barker.
And just look at the gaps on the run on this one. Look how he gets all the way across the first down marker, past the 10, inside the 10-yard line before a white jersey even makes contact with him. That's some sensational run.
Mango Mooney and the rest of the offense putting in work. Offset eye, man in motion from the bottom, top of the screen to the bottom. Looks like Warriors are stacking the box. And another handoff. Reynolds tries to get quick skinny and manages to pick up a couple. 2nd and goal now. They're going back to a more traditional run play to the running back.
And this is one of those moments where Albuquerque's more than happy to come away with 3 here. They don't need a touchdown. What they want is they want to chew clock at this point because you're up 3 scores. If you kick a field goal here, it's 21 instead of 17.
A lot of men up on the offensive line. They do put number 32 in motion out of the backfield. Split out wide now. And there's another handoff in the middle. Plenty of room, in for the score. It's Dalton Barker again. More points on the board for Albuquerque. Touchdown. And you got to think that's a dagger in the heart for the Warriors now.
Absolutely. And this is where you feel like, barring a true miracle, and a few miracles in a row, dare I say, that this is now firmly out of reach. There's just not enough time on the clock, and the offense for Chicago has not shown the kind of fortitude and ability to move the football and punch it in against this stout Adams defense, who has just been playing lights out all night.
And a little bit of a high snap. The kick is up and almost missed. but it is good. Just sneaks inside the right upright. SFLm Season 9 continues Wednesday, June 5th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, with Nashville-Pittsburgh, a rematch of last season's semifinal, plus coverage of Lexington-Chicago. Then at 9 p.m. Eastern, Philly comes right here to Albuquerque, and San Jose hosts the Bossier City. Come back next week for more SFLm action right here on YouTube. Fielded at the 9. And taken up at the 30, tackle made by number 84, and that is Trent Rivera for the return. 32-yard line.
And this is just going to be one of those moments where Chicago's offense either scores here or basically all hope is lost.
Absolutely. It's do or die time for Chicago. You have to feel like it. They got to go down the field. They got to get 7 points. They can't settle for 3 like last time if they're going to have any chance in this game. They're going to come out with a split backfield look and 3 wide receivers. And they motion a man out of the backfield. Kopech to drop back. Out to the right side, and a bobbled butt catch, a pickup of 5 by Nick Twice. Good job to hang on to that reception.
Certainly one that you can't afford to drop. You can't afford any drops, but I would like to see this offense move with a little bit more speed and intensity. The clock is not your friend.
Yeah,
That's that line.
Looking a little rocky there, but he's going to have to improve it to give his Warriors a chance. There's a jumbo formation on the field. Rumble, big man rumble. And sure enough, a handoff up the middle and lowering his shoulder, but only a minimal gain of about 2 for number 22, Kirk Wynn.
And unless you're thinking I'm going to set up a play action pass on this call here, I don't agree with that decision. But at the same time, at least it's 3rd and short.
More manageable 3rd down. And their jumbo package again with an I formation. They're going to try to pound it for the 1st down or play some trickery here. And they're dropping back to pass, and it's a short pass. The running back out of the backfield. Elegant Snowbird does a great job of gaining yards after the catch and picking up the 1st down to move those chains.
And that's a nifty screen right there. You can see how the guard and the tackle there broke off to play some blocking there to give some coverage to Snowbird, who in that instance had a 1st down, but could have gone for even more if you'd bounced it inside instead of looked to go outside there. In either case, big 1st down, Warriors are still alive.
It looks like Zena West and the offensive line really on the same page there, setting up that great screen pass. And there's another handoff up the middle. Weaving his way through traffic is Kirk Wynn. Pickup of 3.
And what seems like all that effort for almost no yardage, but you got to think, if he just didn't put in that extra effort, make those bounces there, he goes for no yards. Something out of nothing.
You have to think they got to start going downfield here and go aerial. They don't have enough time to keep running the ball. And sure enough, Kopech finds his man downfield, number 86, coming up with a big reception they needed. And just as I said, go downfield, they do. 1st down.
Right. And that's right on time. But Campbell making that catch is only half the equation. The clock is still ticking. And Chicago is not moving with urgency yet. They've got to show a little more go.
The Sunny Sky was in on that tackle. All over the field. Really impressed with her play. Split backfield. 3 wide receivers. Kopech back to pass. Slings it out. And a leap and catch for another 1st down. It looks like Abad Ruiz the 2nd, once more.
Getting a little bit more attention from his quarterback there is Abad Ruiz, and he's happy to deliver a catch that he knows a hit's coming, but he does not care. And it's very fortunate that he's so tall at 6'5", because Kopech had to lob that one where it looked like Quimby was looking to jump that one and try and snag an interception of his own.
And he's got 254 pounds behind that 6'5". There's a handoff. Faked. And a short pass over the middle to Nick twice. 2nd and 3 now. Clock is still clicking down. And at what point do you go hurry up here?
I would have already been going there. So you just got to ask it. You got to be asking the coaches, not me. In either case, short field.
And jumbo formation inside the red zone. There's another handoff off left side and no room to run. Maybe a pickup of 1. Now they go hurry up. They heard me. I swear I'm not calling plays for this team.
Watch a blitz coming off the weak side.
Here it comes. Picked up nicely. He drives forward, tries to pick up the first down, but can't. Number 52, Sunny Sky, making another big play. And you think this is 4-down territory. It's got to be.
It's no joke about it because there's no point in kicking a field goal. What does getting 13 to 35 get you? But here they're doing it anyway.
Yeah, this is a head scratcher here. The kick is up and good, so that does cut into the lead, but by my calculations and my poor math, it looks like they're going to need 22 more points to tie the game.
And meanwhile, all that Albuquerque has to do is just run the football. And they don't even have to get first. They don't even have to get first downs. If Chicago doesn't call a timeout and force an immediate 3-and-out, oh, they're going to do it onside.
Onside kick. You have to at this point, but it is received, and with open field behind him, 20, tackled down, a touchdown-saving tackle. That is a great recovery of the onside kick by 86, who could have gone all the way for another touchdown.
And this is one of those moments where, it's obvious that Chicago has to do this, but now Albuquerque doesn't even have to try to get a first down. They just run the ball, let the clock wind down, and if they get a touchdown, great. If they don't, take the points. Who cares?
Yeah, I have to think they're going with a heavy dose of running right now. Why would you pass it at this point? And they do have a heavy package, and it is indeed a handoff to number 89, who squeaks through to pick up a couple yards. Number 89, Bobby Tarantino.
Once again, just delivering some ferocious runs against his former team. He doesn't get very much there, but at the same time, that could have easily gone for none. Those holes were very narrow and were closing rapidly.
Chicago defense, I think, knows what's coming. They have to know that run's coming often. And they are all tight ends on the field with I formation. And there's a pitch to number 87, Dalton Barker, and he picks up, it looks like maybe 5, 6 on the play. The clock is winding. Chicago's not deciding to take a timeout here.
Because, why would you? At this point, that's 3rd and 3. They've been showing you they can move the ball pretty effectively on you. Even if you have to be thinking you're going to roll out a jumbo package, try and force a stop, take a timeout if you can force a 4th down, but only if you can force the 4th down.
It's like, at this point, you know what's coming. Let's see if you can stop it. It's gut check time. And there's a pitch out to the right. There's nobody there. Number 89 in for the score. Driving up points, increasing the lead even more as if they even needed it. And Jornada del Muerto Stadium is going crazy for their Albuquerque Adams, who are putting on a big show against the undefeated Chicago Warriors.
And it's almost like you couldn't help but score a touchdown here. I wouldn't even call it bad sportsmanship. You have to run the football, and you're not going to disrespect them by starting victory formation at 4 minutes. You're going to run the football, and Chicago's defense fails to generate a stop.
Oh, that was Bobby Tarantino in for yet another score, and you know that has to feel good to show that against his former team.
For sure, especially when you scored no touchdowns in a Warriors jersey, to score touchdowns against the Warriors has got to feel good.
It's almost time again. Find out who and when you'll be playing in Season 23 during the SFL's schedule release. Show Tuesday, June 4th, right here on SFL YouTube. The convention, live games, rivalries, storylines, and more will be revealed. Don't miss it. The SFL Season 23 schedule release show Tuesday, June 4th. And there's Rivera.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, my partner.
Not a problem, my friend. This is one of those where I feel like this is going to be a game that a lot of scouts are going to be coming back and watching. A lot of coaches are going to be looking at the game film, trying to figure out what Albuquerque did right, what Chicago did wrong, and how they can try and steal some of these tricks, because Albuquerque's offense has been a force to behold and their defense has been an absolute terror.
And just as you'd expect with the score the way it is, the Warriors are going to come out with 5 wide receivers and an empty backfield, and there is a dangerous pass. Batted in the air, number 37 was there, had a chance to maybe grab that and take it the other way.
Galloway wanting his second pick six in the day, getting a little greedy there, thinking about the end zone before actually securing the interception as that one bounces off.
He said, "Feed me more." The 2nd and 10 from the 32. Kopech back to pass. Over the middle, and a leaping catch by number 87. Abad Ruiz. He is a one-man show on the receiving end. And a questionable pass there. It looked like he threw it right at number 24 on the defense.
A tight window to try and fit a football in, and instead he threw it right at the ground. At least he put it where no one was catching it, and the clock stops.
He knows he's got to make something happen. You have to give him credit for trying.
And it may feel like too little too late, but Kopech has no thought of the sort. He's here to give his all every play until the whistle blows.
And that was Abad Ruiz again picking up a first down. They go hurry up, but not before the 2-minute warning. And at this point, I believe you have to start believing in miracles if you're the Chicago Warriors.
Will call me an agnostic, because I think that this one is, or dare I say secular, because I think that this one is well and truly out of reach.
I mean, anything can happen. And there's a bobbled catch. Abad Ruiz, I believe it is, managed to hang on to it. The Warriors are going to call a timeout. I believe that was Ruiz.
I believe so as well. In either case, that's a valuable timeout that Chicago has to burn, because at this point, inside the 2-minute warning, every tick of the clock is precious.
And the Warriors are just going to keep rolling out their 5 wide receiver set, and that's what you have to do. They're inside the red zone. They have a chance to get some points here. Ruiz fires, and incomplete. Number 24 of the defense was in the area.
Trying to lead Trent Rivera a little bit too much on that one. Puts that one too far out in front of him to actually be able to get. Looks like he overestimated how fast Rivera was going to be coming out of his break there.
And they do have a tight end on the field. And over the middle, caught for a touchdown. Number 80, Trent Rivera, gets in the end zone. It may be a little too little, a little too late.
Far too little and far too late, but they're playing for pride, and they're not afraid to give it everything they've got until the whistle goes, because what's left for you afterwards? Leave it all out on the field, and that's the attitude that I like to see. It's something where you don't just stop playing hard because the game's out of reach. That's not what the SFLm is about.
That's a great point. You don't want to see your players giving up on the field just because the chips are down.
And we'll see Chicago go for an onside here for sure.
Absolutely have to go for it. You don't really have much of another option, do you? And let's see. And it looks like number 20, number 30 of the defense recovers it.
Taylor falling on that one. He's not able to get extra yardage and take that one for some distance, but who needs it? At this point, Albuquerque's just going to run this one down. They're already looking past into next week. They're thinking about the Cougars now and trying to get to 2-2 because I'll say it. This one's Chicago's O is going to go.
We have a score update in the San Jose Philadelphia game. I'll give that to you right after the play. A pitch out to Dylan Barker. Goes nowhere. San Jose 17, Philadelphia 14 in the fourth quarter with 9:52 to go in the game.
The flight giving the Cougars all they can handle.
Thank you for the update, Cameron. Always Johnny on the spot with useful information to pass on to our viewers. And there's another handoff up the middle. Minimal gain, but it's not about how many yards. It's about how much time you can run off the clock and just secure this victory.
For sure. And you want to know something I want to see in the weeks to come? I want to see exactly how many other teams decide to copy some of what Albuquerque has done here with these creative formation personnel decisions where they've got a lot more wide receiver and tight end activity in the backfield. How many other squads can actually afford to pull that off? We'll see in the weeks to come.
And there's a pitch out to Tyler Gregory, who lowers his shoulder, picks up a few, 4th and 4, but more importantly, about 1:30 left in the game.
And I like it's going to tick down.
I like your point about the other rosters. Do they have the talent? Now, Albuquerque has talent across their offense, so they have the players that can pull this off. And it's shades of Art Vandelay offense here.
For sure. You got to be thinking, some of what was inspired by maybe what we saw Florida do in the championship for season 22.
The punt is going to be a short one. And fair catch. No, he's going to field it at the 1. They're going to mark him down at the 4, but I don't understand that.
Utter madness and praying for a miracle. I think you let that ball bounce out of the end zone. You take a chance of it popping up, but you don't want to fair catch that. If you take a chance of it bouncing backwards and Adam being able to down it within the 7, but you don't just take a hit on the 1.
Yeah, you can take a risk, but make it a calculated risk. Kopech fires over the middle. He's got a man open and hauled in again for a first down. They're going hurry up, and I'm going to assume that was Abad Ruiz. And they spiked the ball to stop the clock.
So next week, the Warriors are going to be playing home host to the Lexington Miners. That's going to be two teams that are both coming off of absolutely brutal losses, both looking to make corrections. Whereas the Adams going up against Philly, they're playing host again.
Kopech with the sling short pass out of the backfield, and that loses some yardage, and they're going to go hurry up, maybe spike the clock. No, they can't spike the clock. Well, they can. They have another down to use. And they do. I guess at this... Go ahead.
It's just going through the motions at this point. You give it all you got, but what there is left to give isn't enough to make a difference. But they will charge on valiantly. The Warriors raging against the dying of the light.
And possibly the last play of the offense for the Warriors right here, unless they can do something to pick up a first down. And they're going to try, slings it out, and in and out of the hands again. Nick Twice tried to make another fantastic catch, but just couldn't hold on.
And not to put too fine a point on it, but that play right there is emblematic of what this entire day has been. Good throws with pressure. Albuquerque's defense getting good pressure on the backfield, and incredible work by their secondary in containing the passing attack with great physical plays.
The best formation in football, the victory formation. Roquan's just going to take some knees here to kill the clock.
He won't even have to take multiple. One will do it. and that is Chicago's 9-0 winning streak snapped before they can reach double digits. No 10-0 record for the franchise. You know they would have loved to have that as a feather in the cap. Now all you have to look forward to is trying to get to the championship game and repeat before you graduate to the majors.
And we had 2 O's go today. The Adams erased their O in the win column, and unfortunately for the Warriors, their O in the loss column disappears. So the Adams, you can see the numbers here, 367 yards total, 312 through the air for the Warriors. And times in the red zone were fairly even at 5-4, but it was the turnovers that were the killer for the Warriors.
Truly just ball hawking on incredible scales, and the defense for Albuquerque is tonight was one of the most ferocious I have ever seen, and it was something that is completely different than what we've seen in week 1 and week 2. Credit to the coordinators for coming up with an excellent game plan to contain Chicago's offense and punish their defense. Albuquerque's coaching staff can't get enough credit for that, but also what heart is shown by the defense players on the field. Sonny Skies, Sidney Galloway, and Dylan Bamsler especially are big-time standouts there.
Well, as Josh Williams told me, they were in the process of making adjustments, and it seems everything they did worked. So 42-20 is your final here in Albuquerque. I'm Ben Benu with Alex West, and this game was brought to you by our fabulous producer, Cameron Irvine. We'll see you next week for more SFLm action.